A Winnipeg woman is searching for answers after her husband was killed during their honeymoon in Mexico. Police have arrested 2 men, but no charges have been laid. The CBC's Natasha Fata is working on this story for us. So this woman returned home last night and spoke to our CBC reporters. What is she saying?
That's right. She spoke specifically with our colleague CBC reporter Josh Crabb, and her name is Stacey Ropos. Now, she came back to Winnipeg last night after this long-awaited and anticipated honeymoon, but she came back as a widow. This is an absolutely tragic story, Arthi. Stacey Ropos and her husband Jesse had been married for 8 years, and they weren't able to go on a honeymoon earlier than that. But the two ended up taking this dream honeymoon in Mexico, just outside of Cancun, in this gated community, and they were just going to rest and relax for 10 days. But on the very last night, when they were supposed to fly back home, she says Jesse got into a fight with people at the bar in the place that they were staying, and as a result ended up losing his life. So Jesse Ropos, 36 years old, ends up dying on the night of January the 13th. On that night, we know that Jesse and Stacey went to the hotel bar. She ended up going back to their room early, saying she wanted to go to sleep. He ends up staying at the bar. Well, the next thing you know, Stacey is woken up, she says, by staff in the hotel telling her to come downstairs. There's some sort of issue. She comes down, she sees the husband on the floor. She starts screaming, and then she gets informed by one of the staff that her husband is dead. She starts screaming, the police are there, and then she ends up having to move out of that location. Now, according to a translation of a document that was sent from the State Attorney General's office, written in Spanish, translated by CBC News, Jesse died as a result of choking from strangulation. Have a listen to how Stacey is coping with this crisis she finds herself in.
He deserves the justice. So for me, it's like I just have to keep on going. I just have to keep on my laser focus. I have to just keep on knowing that this needs to happen as soon as possible. You may think you're safe, but you're really truly not. I mean, we chose it because it was a gated community. It was supposed to be safe. There was supposed to be very little access, unless if you were having permission to go into there. So it's just crazy.
Now, the 2 men who've been identified in this incident are reportedly hotel staff. They have been taken into custody, but no charges have been laid, Arthi.
And now part of this, we know that there was also a court hearing in Mexico. What came out of all of that?
That's right. So the incident happened on the 13th. On Sunday, the 15th, there was a court hearing. CBC News did not attend that, but again, Stacey did via teleconferencing. She didn't go into the courtroom. But the 2 men accused of her husband's death were there, and she learned that there was a fight at the bar that Jesse was involved in. He was taken out, he was brought back in, but then the fight kept going. And at that point, a security guard took him outside, got Jesse on his knees, and he had his hands behind his back. That's when, according to Stacey, a second man, the bar supervisor, put him in a sleeper chokehold. Now, beyond that, we don't have any further details, and again, charges haven't been laid, but we do know the next court appearance is on Friday of this week, and Stacey again plans to attend that via teleconferencing. But that isn't the end of her hassles and struggles, Arthi. Add to all of that, she's having difficulty getting Jesse's body back because insurance will only cover part of the repatriation of her husband's body, and the funeral home in Mexico that's holding his body won't release it until she pays them in full. Now, there's a friend who started an online fundraiser for the family, but it really is one incredible, painful incident after another. Jesse leaves behind his wife, Stacey, and 3 children, and Stacey finds herself planning a funeral, but also in the middle of a criminal investigation.
Thanks for this. That is the CBC's Natasha Fata reporting.